Hello, welcome back. I finally decided to get around to doing a third one of these since I had such a good reception the last couple times. Um, I have way too many movies since last time, so we'll just jump right in. I don't remember how many movies I had last time. It wasn't 390, but yeah, I'm up to 390 now. And just a word of caution for all of you that are kind of just getting started with buying movies in general, not just on iTunes, but I just kind of recently calculated how much I've spent total, just averaging it out because I'm not going to go through how, every single one of the 390 costs, but I averaged it out at around $5 each because it's $4.99, but really once tax comes in, it's like $5.30 something, almost $2,000. I don't know if I should be proud of that or concerned. I'm probably on the side of concern, but it is what it is. I guess I'll just get started with my recent ones. It's 4th of July weekend, so they had a sale on some American kind of movies, I guess. So, Good Morning Vietnam. I've never seen this, but I just decided to pick it up because, it's kind of a very well-known movie, and I've never seen it before. So I figured I'd get it. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. This has actually been on my wish list for quite a while. I didn't really think it would go on sale anytime soon, but it did, so I'm happy about that. So now I got that. I don't know anything about The Patriot. A friend recently just told me about this movie and said it was really good, and then it happened to go on sale this weekend, so I decided to pick that up. And next we have Air Force One. I've never seen this one either, but it's kind of like one of those. What is it? 1980s, I think it is. Yeah. Oh, actually 90s, late 90s. Good 90s Harrison Ford kind of action thriller kind of movie. Got that, and then First Man. I never did see First Man in theaters, but I've been listening to the score for quite a long time, and I really like the music from it. And every time I listen to it, it makes me want to watch the movie even more. So it finally went on sale, and I picked it up. I didn't hear super raving reviews about it, but I heard it was pretty good. And then I finally got the How to Train Your Dragon series. I got this in a bundle for like $15, so it's not bad. Honestly, I really only wanted the first one. The second one is good. Definitely not as good as the first one. The first one, in my opinion, is like one of the standards in like just good family-friendly animated movies. It's such a good movie, and it's not really. I mean, at least in my circles, it's not really brought up that much. I think it's a little bit underappreciated. Yeah, the second one is good, but not as good. And then the third one, I really don't like the third one all that much. I was really hoping for it to have a really great third movie, because I think I've mentioned in my other videos that I'm kind of a sucker for like third installments of like all trilogies. I seem to always like the last movie the most. But in this case, it kind of goes in the opposite order. And then we have Annie. Okay, don't laugh. I know full well that this movie is not good at all. But I only have it on here because it's kind of a guilty pleasure. I get so much joy out of watching it because I just think it's funny how Sony wanted to make a comedy, but they didn't want to hire anybody who could actually sing. So they just auto-tune everyone the entire time. But they're like, it's not supposed to be noticeable that it's auto-tuned. It's just hilarious to watch and listen to. So yeah, it's kind of like one of those guilty pleasure schlocky movies. You know, it doesn't really belong in my library, but it's there. And then Billy Elliot. I don't know much about this movie. I only heard about it a couple months ago just because I was shopping the tunes and watched the trailer and it looked good. Put up my wish list and it went on sale recently, so I got it. I'll watch it eventually. And then Ordinary People. I heard about this movie from somewhere. I can't remember where I heard about it. But yeah, I don't really know much about it. I mean, I know a little bit, but I'm not going to go all the way into it. And Field of Dreams. I just tried to watch this again recently. I remember not really liking it that much the first time, but I remember really wanting to like it. So when it went on sale, I decided to go ahead and get it, just to see if maybe it was because of where I was at the time. It didn't really resonate with me, and maybe it would now. But I tried it again, and I kind of have the same problem with it. It just seems like they had a really great premise with like the mysterical, is that even a word, mysterical? I'm gonna use it. The mystery aspect of it, and kind of like the, I don't know what you'd call it, just the magicalness. I'm using all kinds of words that don't actually exist, but like the magicalness of it, I really like. But very soon after they get past the initial, what is this voice and everything, it just becomes like they lose the magic instantly, and it becomes just normal, and then it kind of just, it goes off the rails pretty fast for me in terms of being interesting. But maybe I'll finish it. I only watched like the first half hour recently. And the Avengers Endgame, I finally got that on sale for like $10. I know I kind of broke a rule there for myself. I usually only get movies that are $4.99 or lower. I rarely go any higher than that. But especially with Avengers Endgame, I mean, that's never gonna go $4.99, probably ever. And also The Guardian, I got that for like $7.99 because that's been on my wish list for a long time. And these two movies have kind of stayed pretty up there in price, around $20 forever, and they finally came down low enough. I'm just like, they're never gonna get any lower than that anytime soon. So I just decided to get those. And then 12 Monkeys. I haven't seen this yet. It looks pretty interesting. And Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It looks pretty funny, I guess. I've never seen it before. And now I'm just going to get into my full library. I'm going to try not to go too in depth on most of them that I know I've already talked about in my past couple videos. So I'm just going to try to get through these a little bit faster this time, just so I'm not repeating myself. So we got Age of Adeline. I already talked about Air Force One. All About Eve. It's a great movie from 1950s. I really would recommend it. Amelie. I have not seen this yet, but I'm really intrigued by it. Angels and Demons. Anchorman. Psycho. American Beauty. Annie. Annihilation. Another Earth. Apocalypse Now. Arrival. Armageddon. Argo. Aquaman. Atlantis, August Rush, Avengers Endgame, and Infinity War, Batman Begins, Badlands, The Bad and the Beautiful, Backdraft. That's actually a pretty good movie. I never really heard about it before I watched it, but it's actually pretty good. Beasts of the Southern Wild, A Beautiful Mind. Have not seen that yet. Begin Again, Ben-Hur, The Big Lebowski, Big Fish, The Big Blue, Big. There's a lot of big here. The Big Short, The Big Sick, Big Trouble in Little China. How many movies do I have with big in the title? That's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies with big. That's funny. Bill and Ted, Blade Runner, Black Klansman, Birdman, Billy Elliot, Blade Runner 2049, Blazing Saddles. I think last video I had said that I hadn't seen Blazing Saddles yet. Or maybe, did I say I had seen it yet or not? I can't remember what I said in the last video. But I tried to watch this. I never finished it. But I've heard nothing but it's like the most classic, one of the funniest classic comedies of all time. And I tried to watch it. I mean, it was like mildly funny, but it was just like not enough to keep watching. It just was not that funny for me. Of course, it was a masterpiece in comedy compared to Blockers. Of course, that's not really saying much for most of you who probably actually like Blazing Saddles. But yeah, neither one of these movies are very funny for me. I don't even know why I bought Blockers. I was really hoping it was going to actually be funny because I never saw it in theaters. But yeah, I kind of regret owning this. It kind of sucks. Braveheart. Why did I say it like that? Braveheart. It's Braveheart. Boys Town. Bonnie and Clyde. Blue Velvet. Breakfast Club. Bridge on the River Kwai. I still need to watch that movie. Casablanca. Still haven't seen that. Castaway. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Chariots of Fire. Chappie. Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Cat on a Hot Tin Roof is like my go-to movie for talking about like best movies in terms of dialogue. I love watching this movie because it's just a movie filled with conversations, basically all in one house, all in one night, and it's one of the best just straight up family dramas that is really condensed down to the bare essentials and has really great dialogue throughout. So I just really enjoy it from that reason. Cheaper by the Dozen. This piece of crap. The Cider House Rules. Cinema Paradiso. Cool Hand Luke. Colossal. That's a terrible movie. Colossal failure in my opinion. Clueless. Citizen Kane, which I still have not watched. Crimson Tide, The Da Vinci Code, Dances with Wolves, The Dark Knight, Dead Poets Society, Days of Heaven, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Dark Knight Rises, Deadpool 2. I still don't own this first Deadpool. I only own the second one. I don't even know how that ended up happening. I don't know if I bought this for full price or what. But Deepwater Horizon, The Devil Wears Prada, Dirty Dancing, Don John, Dodgeball, Django Unchained, District 9, Donnie Darko, Doctor Strangelove, Drive, Driving Miss Daisy, Elysium, Electric Boogaloo. This is a documentary about canon films. It's a pretty crazy watch. The Edge of 17, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Empire of the Sun, The Endless, The English Patient, Escape from Alcatraz, The Farewell, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Family Man, The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Fast and Furious 6, Hobbs and Shaw. I keep saying these too fast. Fast Color. I really don't like Fast Color. I honestly don't remember it, but I know I didn't like it. It just kind of didn't go anywhere. I always forget that I have this movie. It's kind of just like a blind spot for me. I don't even see it in here most of the time. Fast 5, Fiddler on the Roof, Fences. I need to see Fences. I haven't seen it yet. Fearless, Fast 8, Field of Dreams, Fight Club, First Man, Fistful of Dollars, For Whom the Bell Tolls, For a Few Dollars More, The Florida Project, Float Like a Butterfly, Ford v Ferrari, Forrest Gump, The Fountain, The Fugitive, Furious 7, Funny Face, Full Metal Jacket, The Fugitive. Okay, I don't know how to say this really. Gallipoli? I don't know. The Game, Gandhi, Gattaca, Godfather movies, Gladiator, The Giver, Gone Baby Gone, Gone Girl, Gone with the Wind. Okay, I'm glad I got to this now. I finally watched this movie because I remember saying I hadn't seen it yet in my other videos. I finally watched this movie. I don't know how I did it, but I found 4 hours of time to give to it. And it is everything that I thought it was going to be. It was wonderful. It's truly one of the greatest just sweeping epics. And it's not epic in the traditional sense, I guess, but just in terms of scope and like through time and just how much time the movie spans, and I love it. And the score as well. The music is amazing, and I don't know if some of you have seen it or not, but the opening shot after you get done with like the 10-minute overture, where it's like, no, I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's some really great cinematography in this. Gran Torino, The Graduate, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Good Will Hunting, Grand Budapest Hotel, Gravity, The Great Escape, Greatest Showman, The Guardian, Groundhog Day, Green Mile, Green Book, Hacksaw Ridge, Hannah, Harriet, The Hateful Eight, Heaven Can Wait Again, Heat, documentary, Hell or High Water, Her, High Society, The Hobbit movies, Hook, Hot Rod, I Killed Giants. I need to watch this movie again because I remember really liking it. I tried to watch it with my brother and he didn't like it at all. He thought it was horrible. But I need to watch this again because I remember really liking it. And then Dragon movies. Independence Day. I should watch that again. Inferno, Infinitely Polar Bear, Infinity Chamber, John Wick Chapter 2, John Wick, It's a Wonderful Life, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, Jojo Rabbit. I think I might be the only person that I know that doesn't actually really like this movie all that much. It just doesn't work for me. Joseph King of Dreams, Journey to the Center of the Earth. That's got to be like one of the most sexist movies I've ever seen. Jumanji, The King's Speech, Kill Bill, Kick-Ass, King's Row. King's Row. Oh, shoot. Oh. We've covered a lot of ground already, haven't we? Where are we at? Alrighty. King's Row is a really good movie. I actually finally watched it recently. What year did this come out? 1942 looks like. Sometimes it's not actually that accurate. But this movie deals with like the first was it psychiatrist? Yeah, it deals with like psychiatry. But it kind of has like a whole love triangle thing, and maybe it's not even a triangle, more like a love square. Of course, Gone with the Wind is more like a love pentagon. Kiss Kiss Gang Bang. Oh my gosh, I did the junkie if you think. It's not Kiss Kiss Gang Bang, it's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Totally different thing. Knives Out, La La Land, Last Christmas. I did not buy this movie. I always have to say this every time this comes up. I did not buy this movie. My family did, and I didn't know about it. I know it sucks. The Last Black Man in San Francisco, Laggies. This movie sucks. It's horrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible movie. And it has way too high of a rating or whatever it is. Lady Bird, The Last Man on Earth, The Last Starfighter, Lawrence of Arabia, Leap of Faith, Life is Beautiful, Life in Waves, Liar Liar, Legally Blonde, Life of Pi, Lifeboat, Lion, Logan, Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Flies, Lord of the Rings, Love Story, Mad Max movies, Lust for Life, Low Tide. This is kind of like a Mad Max documentary type thing. Making Waves in Art, the Art of Cinema, Cinematic Sound. That's like a documentary on sound effects in movies. It's pretty interesting. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I still need to watch that. I started it the other day, and then I realized that it was like a old-timey movie. It was like set, like kind of like a period type piece, and I wasn't really in the mood for that at the moment, so I stopped it. Man of Steel, Mary Queen of Scots, the kind of like the reimagined version of Godfather 3. Manhattan, Manchester by the Sea, Master and Commander. Oh yeah, I think someone commented that on one of my last videos, they commented that I need to watch Manchester by the Sea because it's really good, and so I'll keep that in mind. I still haven't watched it, but I will at some point, obviously. I mean, because I own it, I'll have to watch it at some point. But yeah, I don't really know what mood I need to be in to watch this movie, because I don't really know what the general vibe is of it. It seems like it's going to be kind of a heavier movie through most of it. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's got some comedy elements in it. But yeah, most of the time I'm just not in the mood for something heavier, which is weird because if you look at my categories on the left, drama is by far the dominant genre that I have. Okay, so Master and Commander, Matchstick Men, Me Before You, Mean Girls, Mississippi Burning. That's a really good movie, and I've never heard anybody talk about it before. Misery, Miracle on 34th Street, Midnight in Paris, A Monster Calls, Moon, Moonstruck, The Mosquito Coast, Mr. Holland's Opus, The Mouse and the Motorcycle, Moulin Rouge, The Mule. I just watched The Mule again recently. I liked it a lot the first time I watched it, and then I watched it a second time, and it was like a good movie, but not quite as good as I remembered. But I still thought it would be worth having just because I thought it was a pretty decent movie. So I watched it a third time, and on the third watch recently, I kind of just came to the conclusion that it's a pretty cheap movie. Not monetarily cheap, but it just doesn't, like, nothing in the movie really feels earned, and a lot of it feels very contrived and forced. Um, it's not one of Clint Eastwood's best, that's for sure. My name is Emily, Marilyn, or My Week with Marilyn. Mystery Men, the National Treasure movies. I really hope they actually do that third one that we've been hearing about forever. Napoleon Dynamite, Mystic Pizza. I actually watched Mystic Pizza like probably a month ago, and it's actually a pretty decent movie. I mean, I don't really agree with any of the main characters' choices, but it's a pretty good movie. The Nice Guys, Night at the Museum, Nightcrawler, No Country for Old Men, Oklahoma, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, The Nun's Story, North by Northwest, The Old Man and the Sea, The Omega Man, On Golden Pond, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Paper Moon, Pan's Labyrinth, Ordinary People, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Parent Trap, Patriot, Patriots Day, The Peanut Butter Falcon, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Philadelphia Story, Phantom of the Opera, Perks of Being a Wallflower, Pop Star Never Stop Never Stopping, that's a gem. Pride and Prejudice, Prince of Egypt, The Princess Bride, The Pursuit of Happiness, The Purple Rose of Cairo, Psycho, Leon the Professional, or just The Professional, depending on what country you're from, because they kind of had to change it. Weird story with that. This is actually a really good movie. I watched it recently. I'm really starting to become a pretty big fan of what's his name. Yeah, Gene Reno. I don't know how you say his name. But yeah, he's good. The Quiet Earth, Raging Bull, Rambo, 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 Rango, Return to Me, Requiem for a Dream, Rebel Without a Cause, Rear Window, The Revenant, The Rewrite, The Rise of Jordan Peterson, The Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Rocky, The Road Warrior, Road to Perdition, A River Runs Through It, Roman Holiday, Room 237, A Room with a View, Score, Film Music Documentary, School of Rock, Schindler's List, Runaway Ralph, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, Sense and Sensibility, Sergeant York, The Shawshank Redemption, one of my favorite movies of all time, Side by Side, Shining, the Sherlock movies, Silence, Silence of the Lambs, Simple Favor, Singing in the Rain, Sound of Music, Slumdog Millionaire, 16 Candles, Sisters Brothers, Spartacus, Spirit of St. Louis, Stan and Ollie, Step Brothers, A Story of Film, like 5-part documentary. Each of these are 3 hours long, by the way, so I don't think I've gotten through the third one yet still. I need to get back on those. But yeah, these are really interesting. I would recommend you at least watch the first one if you're interested in film. Stranger Than Fiction, Suicide Squad, Sunset Boulevard, The Ten Commandments. That's one of those big, older, big sweeping epics that I haven't seen yet because I gotta find time to dedicate 9 hours to it. But we got Taxi Driver, Swiss Army Man, Super, The Terminator, Judgment Day, Dark Fate. I really wish I didn't own Dark Fate. It's a product of really unnecessary sequels. I don't know what was wrong with me the first time I saw it and watched and liked it, but definitely I was cured by the time I watched it the second time, because I did not like it the second time. Terms of Endearment, They Shall Not Grow Old, There Will Be Blood, Thelma and Louise, Thank You for Smoking, The Thin Red Line, Thor the Dark World, The Time Machine, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, Top Hat, To Kill a Mockingbird, To Catch a Thief, Titanic. I still have not seen Titanic. I need to get on that because it's kind of embarrassing at this point that I call myself, well, I don't know if I call myself, but I guess other people call me a film, connoisseur and all this stuff, but I have not seen is it the second or third biggest movie of all time? I think Avengers Endgame is the biggest movie of all time. Yeah, and then Avatar is second, and then Titanic is third. I don't know what the fourth is. It might be Gone with the Wind. I know it was at one point. Tropic Thunder, The Trouble with Harry, True Grit, Truman Show, Venom, V for Vendetta, Under the Skin, The Ultimate Gift, Vertigo. I still haven't seen that. The Void. I haven't seen that either. I bought it a while ago. Well, I guess probably not that long ago. I don't know when it came out. 2017. So it kind of is a long time ago. We've been through a lot since then. But yeah, typically I'm not very into horror normally. But I guess I just decided to try to break the mold, I guess, and get this movie, but I still haven't watched it. Vox Lux, War for the Planet of the Apes, Wayne's World, The Way Back, The Way, Watchmen, We Bought a Zoo. This is one of those movies that I wish I didn't have, because We Bought a Zoo sucks. It's a terrible movie. And it seems like everyone in the movie got duped into being in it. I don't know what the general consensus is on this movie. I don't even know what the Rotten Tomatoes is. 65, that's too high. It should be like 30. Yeah, not good. What We Do in the Shadows. I've heard a lot about this movie, and I think I mentioned that in one of my past videos, that I heard that it's really funny and whatever. I've heard a lot of hype for it, about it being really funny. I tried to watch it, and I turned it off after I don't even think it was a full 30 minutes, because it was just not funny at all. It was just where's the jokes? I didn't see anything funny before my eyes while watching that, so I just stopped. But maybe someone will be surfing my library one day and stumble upon it and really like it, and then it will make it worth having, because I'm certainly not enjoying it. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? The Wizard of Oz, Witness, Wind River. That's a really good movie. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That's a new poster that I had before. I like that. Won't You Be My Neighbor? Wonder Woman, X-Men Apocalypse, Zodiac, Yentl, The Year of Living Dangerously, X-Men Days of Future Past, The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, 12 Angry Men, 12 Monkeys, 12 Years a Slave, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and 2001 A Space Odyssey. So that wraps it up. There is almost 400 movies now. Yep. I have over 10,000 hours of, well, actually, I think it's more than that now. I have over a year. I have over a year's worth of movies total that if you were to play them back to back, it would last over a year and a couple of months. So that's pretty crazy. I started calculating that when I had like 150 movies. It's a good thing I started then and not now, because I literally had to go to every single movie, open it up, look at the runtime, write it down, open the movie, look at the runtime, write it down, and then just do that for all of the movies. I mean, that just takes forever to do. And then you gotta like separate the hours and minutes and calculate the whole thing. I'm not really good at math, so it's kind of a big ordeal for me. But yeah, that's the video. Thank you for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are. I know this video wasn't too different than what my first couple were, but it seemed like you guys wanted just another kind of big show all kind of video instead of update. So that's what I did, and maybe it'll bring in some new viewers too. I don't really have any immediate plans for like the future of this channel. I'm not planning on being a normal YouTuber or like a I don't have a schedule of videos that I put out or anything. I just kind of do it whenever I feel like it. But yeah, just I appreciate the kind comments, and I will see you in whenever the next one is. Bye-bye.